Oh, why?
Let's ride.
What are you doing?
Oh my God, it's draft day, ladies and gentlemen. The best type of draft day there is. Move over, Kevin Costner. I'm talking Foursquare Sports Fantasy Draft. Matt Sirianni here, Alec Nalva, Kevin Zoltz, John Welch, Lily Schumacher, Jake Hogger, Matt Ritos, and Dan Myers in the back of me. We can't do two screens in one room because there's audio problems. But anyways, Foursquare Fantasy Draft Day. How's everybody doing?
Feeling good. Got the neighbor's jersey on. Got the draft board in the back. So excited to do this, guys.
Oh my God. First off, this has been a long time coming. Now, this is all game of respect. So the way this works, it's 8 teams, 14 weeks of regular season play, quarterfinals, semifinals, championship. The way this works is all 8 teams make the playoffs because we're only 8 teams. So week 15 is the quarters, week 16 is the semis, week 17 is the granddaddy of them all for this league. Now, how's the draft going to work? I will tell you how the draft is going to work. You will have 14 picks during this draft. You will have 1 minute to pick when, and for every pick you get the 1 minute. If you don't pick in the allotted time, you will get auto picked. What does that mean? That means that you will get automatically picked a player for you. Trust me, I have an experience about that. My dad auto picked Marcus Mariota back in 2022 in the first round. He was pissed. So please don't end up like my dad. But anyways, ESPN Fantasy Football is the app that we will be using for this, and I am very, very excited about this because I've been using ESPN for a long time. And also, speaking of 2022, former fantasy champion, I know Kevin's been itching to get a fantasy title. He's been in second place for a long time. I know Lily Schumacher has experience, and I think there's a little bit of noise in the background. But anyways, we're going to get this going. I'm going to share a screen, and we're going to get this going. Let's get to the draft room. Okay, can y'all see the screen?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
Indeed.
Yep.
Perfection.
I will. By the way, I'll have to bounce back and forth because I can't do both on the same phone here. So
Right. All right. So the way this is gonna work, Ritos will pick first, Lily will pick second, I will pick third, or Sam will pick third. There, I flopped up. But listen, it happens. Sam will pick third, Kevin will pick fourth, Jake will pick fifth, Alex sixth, John seventh, me last. Damn. No love lost in this draft. Okay. So we got 33 seconds. Good luck to all of you. And remember, the whole purpose of this draft and the whole purpose of this league is to have fun. And remember, the winner of this draft will get $200 plus a trophy sent to the winner. How that will work, we'll cross that bridge when we get there because we need addresses and all that nonsense and yada yada. It's gonna take a lot. But anyway, 10 seconds. 10, 9. Good luck to all you Foursquare Sports. Here we go.
I see what you did there. I like that. All right. Here we go.
All right, Ritos is up first.
No brainer.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yep, Jamar Chase goes number 1, and then Bijan goes number 2.
Yeah,
Sammy's up third.
The consensus number 1.
And there goes Saquon.
Okay.
Let's see.
Let's see the board again. Okay.
Justin Jefferson, huh?
Yeah, I had set to have a.
I knew where that was going. I knew that was
my
going.
guy.
I saw that.
Let's go.
I figured Jake was gonna have like a bias pick.
I knew that was coming. Jameer Gibbs was coming. All right, Alec goes CeeDee Lamb, not bad. All right, John, you're up.
Can someone get Christian McCaffrey off this screen? I don't even want to see him.
I don't even want to touch him. I'm not even going to take him.
Oh.
Well, I mean, like.
In a way, he and
wanna-
Robinson are going to split carries. Brian Robinson did this.
That's right. That's right.
He's going to be on the IR by like week 10.
John's got 23 seconds. I hope he doesn't get Marcus Mariota.
Well, they got Robinson as like kind of like insurance in case he does get hurt.
Oh, Devon Achane. Okay.
Achane? Okay.
Not bad.
Okay.
Not bad.
I got my boy right here, but I'm not going to go that route. I'm actually going to go Puka Nacua.
Very nice.
And then Christian McCaffrey, get away from me.
Neighbors is right there.
I'm. You know what? Biased picks are going to happen in this draft. I'm going to take Malik Neighbors. Sorry, Kev.
You always have to get one.
All good. I'll still root for him.
Okay.
2 picks, and then my biased pick might have to be made. I see certain wide receiver right here. I would like to have him.
John took Christian McCaffrey, huh?
That's a risk.
Yeah.
Oh,
No risk,
Could
no
pay
reward.
off.
No risk, no reward.
Very true.
that's true.
Yeah.
In most
Problem is the
cases,
49ers managed that so badly last year.
Well, that's why, like I said, they got Robinson to kind of have like an insurance
okay,
space.
it's going to be tough. But you know what? Game plan is run through someone's face.
Pretty much.
Dang, I get another
Yeah.
one of my guys.
Okay.
Bang!
I knew it.
Oh my God.
I knew that's what you
14
wanted.
is going to be a loss,
There you
but
go.
every other week is going to be a win.
2 lines already for
Double
Motor
down,
City
Jake.
Kitties.
Motor City Kitties getting all the Detroit boys already. Vroom, vroom.
Yep.
What can I say? What can I say?
Okay. So next is Hashling Slashers.
Okay.
Remember, if you have a reaction and you can't curse, you can't say the F word, B word, S word, or beyond.
Is holy shrimp okay?
That's pushing it, but it works.
All right, what
Whoa.
the fart are you talking about, dude?
Jonathan Taylor by the Hashling Slashers. Not bad, Kev.
Mm-hmm.
That was
Alright.
one of the guys I had my eye on. Has had a lot of success with him in the past couple of years, I think. So.
All right, Sammy's up.
Wisconsin boy,
Mm-hmm.
Jonathan Taylor.
Yeah. And there goes Eric Henry. Ooh.
Oh,
Bama girl underdog gets her Bama boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I feel like there was going to be some bias like in this draft, so it's already
Well,
happened.
Jake already took 2 lions, and Sammy's got Derrick Henry. He went to Bama.
I'll go bias.
I knew that was coming.
I was going to take Henry and Taylor at the same time.
That's
We're not drafting good teams. We are not drafting good teams.
That's all
We're
fun.
just
then
we're just goofing.
It's all fun, man. It's all
We are
fun.
just goofing around.
all is fair in love and war.
Do
All
I?
right,
know
Ritos, you're up.
Jameson Williams?
goofy goobers over here.
Goofy goobers.
Goofy goobers indeed.
Oh, that's what I should have named my team.
Hey, listen, I named it Firmly Grasped, but that's about as SpongeBob as it gets.
Yeah, pretty
Yeah.
much.
I mean, Goofy goobers is another SpongeBob reference.
But now I have Hashling and Slashers, so I'm on that train.
Yeah.
My uncle named his fantasy team Sweet Victory, and his profile picture is Squidward jumping in the air.
Very good.
I like that. I do like that, honestly, a lot.
Dang, all week 5 buys for the first 3 picks.
For who?
Love Shack.
Yeah, you know why not?
I mean, there was one time in which I
Oh,
had
damn.
players with the same bye week at one point.
Mhm.
It was like 4 players, and I'm like, all right, it doesn't matter if I lose this week, I'm still all right.
You know, you take your risks. You take it where you need to.
Pretty much.
That's fair.
All right, T. Higgins is gone
What's the play here? What's the move?
for the Hashling Slashers. What's he going to cook up?
That's what I'm asking.
No. I clicked the wrong thing, damn it.
Because
Clicked the wrong
it all
tab.
depends on if he's willing to take the same risk as me. because I have a very risky plan here that is about to unfold in the draft room.
Hey, my last
No,
draft, I didn't
not
take a
taking
quarterback
Jameson
until the
Williams.
8th round. So just throwing out risky moves. I didn't take a QB until the 8th round in my last draft.
5 seconds last year, 5 seconds. Oh, wow, that was close.
Chase Brown.
Chase Brown.
Yeah.
All right,
Ignore the
All right.
water I
I need
spilled.
to debate here.
Let me cook. Let me cook.
Do I do it? What do I do?
Motor City Kitties, Josh Allen.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Oh.
Had to get ahead of the QB run. Had to get ahead of it.
Oh, the quarterback market might be whacked because of you now, Motor City Kitties.
Setting a
If
tone.
I control the market, then that means I've won.
All right.
AJ Brown,
Okay.
like it. I just realized all our teams are going to be stacked because we're only 8 teams.
That is true. For all 8 it's an 8-man league. Teams are going to be stacked more often.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're a 12-team league, you're bound to have a weak link. But 8 teams is going to be like, everyone's well-balanced. Okay.
I'm in a 10-team league, and in my 10-team league, I got both Justin Jefferson and AJ Brown.
You know what?
Oh.
I'm going with this. I'm going with the sleeper here.
Oh.
Whoa, lad, the rad lad.
I love this guy. I think he's gonna be really good. Puka Nakua, Malik Neighbors, Lav McConkey.
It is you.
Now I'm stumped.
No pressure at all.
You know what? Screw it.
Well, there it goes.
Mhm. My plan is working. You are all going early QBs now because of me.
Don't speak
Trey
too soon.
McBride's not a bad pick
that's
at all,
one-
John.
Yeah.
Not a bad idea.
McBride's good.
To who do I go?
That is the question.
Go that guy. That guy seems good. No, wait. I meant the other guy.
Thing is, I don't want 2 guys with the same bye week.
Whoa,
Yeah, that's the worst.
Go the other way.
You don't want to be like me?
Well, 3
Well,
guys in the same
like,
bye. I mean, that's
variety
That's
is better.
different.
Variety
You
is
don't want to
better.
just lose week 14?
So,
James Cook. Okay.
Sorry, I'm not going on the early QB bandwagon.
Play.
I'm not either.
What is this
All right, Motor
play
City Kitties.
here?
What do you got?
What's the play?
Oh, whatever the play is, whatever the play is,
Upside.
it could be as
That's-
good as extending Kyle Hamilton.
The cool thing with Brian Thomas is that he's probably going to be this. He's going to be like one of the better receivers because the thing with like if you're taking Travis Hunter, you get points for interceptions, but like Brian Thomas is a pure receiver.
Mm-hmm.
That's
Plus, he's
true.
also like I believe firmly that in a few years he'll get traded to another team because no one's gonna stay in Jacksonville long, right? He's gonna get traded to another team and become like a top 10 wide receiver. I'm calling
Mike
it
Evans.
that. In the
Mr.
big
Consistent.
2-5.
I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
I know he's a consistent guy. but
And then Sammy gets the double dip. She gets Joe Burrow and T. Higgins.
And I'm doing
Eight
it.
straight 1,000-yard seasons.
An LSU boy and a Clemson boy.
Yep.
That's what
Hey, listen, one thing I've always given advice to people when it comes to fantasy is if you have a quarterback receiver combo, it's actually not bad because if you're quarterbacking receiver hookup, that's 10 points automatically. And then, like, the yardage counts as more.
I haven't done it a lot, but I have done it a lot. Or like, I'll do a QB tight end combo, and a lot of times that's been an underrated one because it's somebody I've drafted later, but still works out pretty well for me. So, never mad about
Basically,
that.
No.
So basically, I
Speaking
think
of
they
quarterback
drove
receiver
that.
combos, Rito's got a quarterback combo with the receiver.
Ooh.
Jaden Daniels and Scary Terry.
Yeah, not bad, Ritos.
Yeah, not to mention he got whack, 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 whack.
Hmm.
Ducky Irving.
Bucky Irving's not bad either.
I don't know how I
Yeah.
want to tackle this
His
one.
election.
Clock's ticking.
Oh, I know.
I
Oh,
know,
you know
I
what?
just had to remind you.
9.
Oh, we're doing this.
Oh, that's a good one.
Jason.
I thought a lot, very hard about it.
The big jig ball.
Ooh.
Who was it? George Kittle? Okay.
Yeah, George Kittle, Sammy Hazard.
Dang. Just when I was about to cue him.
Just a little too late.
Yep.
All right, can someone get Tyreek Hill off my screen, please?
I can't believe
don't
he's
wanna
actually
see-
still on here.
I
Bro,
don't
he's-
want to see him
he's
anymore.
fading
I drafted
fast,
him in the
both in
first
fantasy-
round in a league last year.
Dude,
Oh.
he's Tyreek Hill's fading fast, both fantasy and in real life production.
Isn't he supposed to
mind-
retire
keep
after
in
this year or
mind
something?
No, he's
I
not.
don't know if it's
His
after this
fantasy
season, but
production,
it's pretty
though,
close.
his fantasy production is because people don't trust Tua.
Right.
And they don't trust anybody behind Tua either. So what are the odds he's going to get a lot of receptions if Tua goes down in week 1?
Yeah.
Alvin
With
Other
his
than
arm
Devon
being
A-Chan, I really don't
concussed.
trust too many people on the Dolphins. Oh, Mahomes.
Yeah.
Mahomes.
Patrick
Oh.
Mahomes. No, that's a play.
Mahomes is
All right,
another one.
what's-
He's
what's-
falling
I
so
want-
far in some drafts.
I
I
want-
seen Mahomes go in the 9th round the other day.
Mahomes went undrafted in another league. I'm not.
That's
Also,
Quarterback.
That
Also,
is
the newly
ridiculous.
engaged Travis Kelce's been following in fantasy drafts too.
Travis Kelsey's buns.
Well,
So like,
congratulations
No.
to him and Taylor.
Well, I feel
Yeah.
like
all
I feel
right.
that is gonna
I'm
like
go with
gonna do more like
Chuba?
last year, you know. So I feel like that's
Yeah, that's true.
I like Chuba.
plus I need
I
to
like-
take
I like Chuba.
quarterback.
That's a weird one.
Chuba
For me,
Hubbard's
it's
not,
a weird one.
Hmm.
no, Chuba Hubbard's not bad at all.
He's one of my guys. Like, I trust him on my team. I like him.
Chuba's very underrated. He's very good.
He is.
Plus, I trust him more than the backs I have over him. Alvin Kamara in 2025 and Kyren Williams. Like, all right. I don't think ESPN has elite ball knowledge.
Devontae, okay.
Yeah.
I
Devontae.
had Devontae last couple of drafts.
Mm.
Been really good for me. So that's a good pick.
I could not. There's nothing in me that could ever pick him.
Okay, I got.
Well, I like
Okay,
that pick. Omarion.
Oh, Marion Hampton's a good pick. Oh my god. 8, 14, 12, 7.
Oh, I got him.
Oh god. Alvin Kamara, I just don't want to touch you at all.
Okay,
Mhm.
there we go.
Nobody
Sorry.
does. Nobody does.
You know what? Alec, I'm taking one of your guys.
I was looking at getting him, picking him
Yeah.
too.
What, you still don't have a running back?
I was gonna point that out about you, Matt, about your team.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I was expecting Kyren Williams or
Yeah.
for that matter.
And then I gotta go
running
back
is
to
a
back?
Crazy
Shoot,
strategy.
shoot. I don't want to give out ideas.
I'll
This is
go.
a crazy strategy.
No help.
Damn, I'll take this.
Wilson. Okay.
Oh,
Anything
no
but a
running back still.
Anything but a running back. This guy will draft a kicker before a running back in fantasy.
Honestly, done that a few times, and it worked out just fine for me because get injured fast can be a bit of a risk. I'm going to get.
I'm honestly not too thrilled about my Garrett Wilson pick, but I hope Justin Fields turns back the clock.
All right.
Kyler Murray. All right.
As a Jets fan, I tell you, don't hold your breath.
All right. This is going to be a bit of a reach, but I'm sorry, Jake.
Laporta.
Oh,
Laporta's gone.
That
Oh.
was my tight end.
Honestly, Jake, you don't want too many lions on your team, to be honest.
I know. The bye week is going to be a nightmare, but
Yeah.
realistically, I'll go with the former Lion to fill my tight end position.
Hawkinson.
I
Yeah,
don't like
that's
him
all right.
I don't like him because he betrayed the Lions and also just never really panned out here. But he's blossomed into a really good tight end, which is just what he was supposed to be like 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm gonna go
not a bad, not a bad insurance
Mr.
option.
Kev.
Portland.
Cortland Sutton.
Productive wide receiver with productive young quarterback. I can't complain if I was him.
I feel like that's a safe spot to take him there.
Bo knows.
I had Bo Nix in a league last year, and I had him and Baker, and I mean, both started slow, and I wasn't too high on either of them. But then by the end of the year, I had like a QB controversy between two of the best quarterbacks in the league.
Okay, I have an idea of who I'm going to pick next, but I got to see it.
Damn.
Bama Girl's got 15 seconds.
Yeah.
She's not happy. She really wanted DK Metcalf.
We knew that.
Isn't he an Ole Miss guy?
Oh, Marvin Harrison.
Oh,
Nice shot receiver.
MHJ.
we're going this for me.
And the Royals have tied it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know. If you saw me just now look over at the TV, that's what happened. Garcia just blasted one off Flaherty. Didn't even need to look.
I like that, Ritos.
Okay.
I like that, Ritos.
Trevion Henderson.
That's a really good pick to get the Buckeye.
Oh my god.
Are we going to ignore the pick before that where he picked Alvin Kamara, though?
Well,
Are we?
Honestly, I think
Trevion Henderson does make up for that.
I'm wondering why Kamara. Why?
I think he's going to be the entire offense, honestly, for
That's
them.
really fair.
Yeah, because QB room.
And it's going to be Chris Olave.
It's going to be Olave.
Kamara's-
I think Olave is going to be a non-factor because of the QB room. Like you
Where-
have to choose between Spencer Rattler and Tyler Shuck. You're cooked.
I thought his last name was
Zay
Snow.
Flowers.
They're starting Rattler week 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me see the board again. Okay.
I think that ball went to the fountain.
Yeah, I don't know what's up with Jack Flaherty, but he's not pitching that good this year. And, you know, I like having him as opposed to not having him, but he's definitely just not what we need right now.
I think the fall off with Jack Flaherty started before he went to the Dodgers last year.
Oh, another Bama guy for a Bama Girl.
Waddle.
Alec, we can talk about this after the draft. You know, I can't split my attention between baseball and a draft right now.
I know. I can't do that either. I can't do that either.
I lucked
Oh.
out that my game was
Oh.
early in the day.
Well, sometimes multitasking can be, yeah.
I can watch it, but I can't talk about it because now it's one pick until my turn, and I've got no idea. who to pick.
Oh, by the way, I'd like to officially announce on the show that I'm splitting my fandom for baseball. I'm a Brewer fan and a Yankee fan, thanks to Lily.
You're welcome to the fandom.
Tigers and Cubs is a way better split, if I would be honest. Personally,
Okay, cool.
I'm just saying Tigers and Cubs.
Tyler Warren. Good one.
Not a bad pick. Ashley Slash is cooking.
I was debating going either him or like Mark Andrews, but I just don't know if he's going to like regress or not the same he did last year, you know?
Yeah. Also,
All right.
DJ Moore is a guy when I just, based on my allegiances, I cannot touch with a 10-foot pole.
Right. Baker.
I haven't taken any.
Feeling dangerous.
I haven't taken any Green Bay players, so there's that.
That's dedication.
Yeah, I can't take any Bears.
And I also try to avoid anyone drafted out of Michigan because I.
Hey,
just
listen,
think-
I told Kev I didn't think I was going to take a Giant, and then here we go. I have Malik Neighbors.
I also told you, Matt, like I never have any like bias because I haven't picked high enough to get biased, you know?
Right. Okay.
Well, I guess that's my deal with the Bears players. I don't feel good enough about any of them.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it's not only
I'm a
that
Jets fan. We don't-
not only that it's just that they're from the Bears, it's that I'm good.
I don't have any starting backs yet. Oh my god, I'm going to change that. James Conner, come over here.
I
There we
like
go.
our pick. James Conner's really good.
I love James Conner.
He's a workhorse.
Mhm.
You got
Any
it.
other starting running back? You know what? I'll have two Jets. Brees Hall, join the party.
Reese Hall. Okay.
All right.
All right.
But I love that James Conner pick. And no, it's not just because he's a Pitt Panther.
That's right. That's right. And a former Steeler.
That too.
Oh, I have a splinter.
I can't believe it took me to the 8th round to pick 2 backs.
I wasn't going to be the one to tell you. We tried earlier.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything either. You just gotta,
Look,
board,
Yeah.
I know he's falling off hard, but I'd be better off with him in comparison to some of these other guys.
Wow.
All right, taking the risk there.
Okay.
I am.
Taking the risk.
But I mean, based
at
on where
this
you picked
point-
him, why not?
The 8th, that's not even a risk anymore, is it? In the 8th round?
It's not even a risk anymore, given that he was originally projected 25th, and now here we are having him going in the 8th round.
8th round, yeah. In an 18 league.
Man, this is a tough decision because I could fill up my bench with a number of great players. I could get my guy JMO, I could get Travis Hunter, or I could get Kenneth Walker, but they all have week 8 buys. But I also, to be honest, am looking at Calvin Ridley or Devontae Smith right now, and I have to decide between those two. And it's like, who do I pick for my bench?
Up to you, dude.
In a pinch, I'm taking.
Calvin Ridley is the only
Oh,
one
Ridley.
that gets targeted.
Ridley.
Yeah, he's the main target for a rookie QB. So
That helps Cam Ward.
They're
It does.
They're gonna feed him a lot, and I imagine, especially towards like the end of the season, he's gonna start getting a lot of like late season yards.
yeah, I don't see how they don't. They know he's on his last run probably, right? Ridley. If we had to guess, how many years does he have left?
Maybe a couple.
He's got a few.
I would say 2 or 3. I would say 2 or 3 tops.
Hey, John, you'll like this one.
Kenneth Walker.
Yeah, Kenneth Walker. I love Kenneth Walker. Yeah, that's my guy.
Attaboy.
You better.
Oh,
you better
another
take
Bama
Zach
boy.
Devontae Smith.
What is that, 3 Bama boys now?
3 or 4.
so.
Let me take a look.
Derrick Henry.
Da-
Walker.
3.
That's 3, yeah.
Wow. Really loading up on the Bama guys.
We used to be good.
Bama.
Oh, yeah, Bama lost 31-17 today.
And
What's a better
J-Mo.
record than them?
Mhm.
Central Michigan is better than Alabama. Who picked Jameson Williams?
Me.
Well,
What
we
is-
the board's right there.
Not the Jake crash out.
I feel like we've been close to an F-bomb. No F-bombs, please.
I'm just making noises. I'm just grunting.
This is why Jake can't. This is why Jake can't multitask. He's too busy crashing out.
Ooh, Travis Hunter Ritos, not bad.
I have Travis.
I was
Hunter in
thinking
my-
love
about that
that.
guy.
That's also kind of a risky pick if I do
Yeah.
say so, because
True.
he could get hurt because he does play both ways. But
That's true. That's true.
pick,
Yeah.
That's a high risk. high
Rewards still are really worth it in the end if he does pan out.
RJ Harvey.
reward.
I like that pick because he's a Rutgers guy.
Hey, I like the ratings given. It's like he went. I like the school. I like the school choice. We can go for that. And he's got the allegiances. But it's just I like that we're like instead of normal draft grades, it's like good school choice.
Yeah.
A fan of the allegiance.
Good hit
Yeah.
by Dylan Dingler as we speak. Best name in baseball.
Bar none.
Dylan Tinkler. That is
Aaron Jones is gone.
yeah. Hey, Lily, who's that receiver on Green Bay?
Oh.
Matthew
Oh
Golden?
yeah, that one. Yeah.
I think he's gonna be. I don't want to
pick?
get ahead of myself, but I do think he's gonna have a nice
Pick.
career.
That's
in
what
Green
I'm
Bay.
What do I do?
He might not be able to. I think the last time they asked him where it was on the map, he couldn't point it out, but he's been there, and I respect that.
I know where it is on the map now. I've been there.
Exactly. And I respect
So
that.
Yeah.
I even know where Sturgeon Bay is because I stayed in the house there.
Great spot.
Really?
Just drove through there recently.
What do I do? What do I do? What is the play? What is the move?
You pick.
You got
that-
20 seconds to figure that out.
Jake, just pick that guy. Whatever your cursor is on, just pick him.
David Montgomery. I already have like 3 Lions players.
Don't take too many lines.
Pick Tim Patrick. Oh wait.
Oh, wait. 2-1.
Swift. Okay. Was that an
Swift.
auto pick, Jake, or did you just pick him?
So basically, what happened is my internet pooped out with 10 seconds left. So I'm spamming the button, and it's like, nah, you're good.
You good?
What do you like?
All right.
Someone might be getting traded.
Yeah, that's what waiver wires are for. Like, if you messed up on a pick,
Pretty much. And Kevin's the king of the waiver wire.
That's right. Yeah.
I'm terrible at the waiver wire, like historically bad. So I guess now's a better time to learn than ever.
I was gonna say it's a good time to turn it around.
Yeah.
Don't turn around. Great song.
John's up. He's got 20 seconds.
Good old Ace of Base.
George Pickens. Okay.
Pickens.
You know what? I need a tight end so bad. I'm going to take a really underrated one.
Njoku's not bad.
Sorry. I like Njoku.
Not
Same
a bad pick, but
it's the team. I know. It's the team.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I have good news for you, Matt.
Well,
what?
But then again, isn't Joe Flacco their QB?
Yeah.
Yeah,
and he's a tight end magnet.
Him and Njoku are like best buds.
Yeah.
All right. We talked about double dips earlier. I'm going to get this double dip because I love it so much.
Herbert.
Oh, I love that guy.
If he had a good supporting cast, it's If Man.
I have McConkey. That's why I got him.
Yeah, but you're in a running offense. That's the only thing I don't like about that is your team is primarily run first.
True.
You have a quarterback and a wide receiver on a run first offense. That's risky.
We'll see what O'Marion Hampton brings to the table.
This is his bench quarterback, by the way.
I actually got Herbert and Lamar as my QBs. I actually like that a lot.
I don't know if I want to draft a backup quarterback or if I can just pick my guy off
Troy Myers
the agency. At this point, I'm in the bench stage, which I'm not very good at.
All right.
Dunze.
Oh, he's calling to me like the Green Goblin mask. I have to do it. I have to do it.
Monty, nice pick. All right, I respect it.
Oh,
I have to do it.
You have Jahmyr Gibbs. I don't know why you'd want to do that. Let's see. What do you do?
It was the Green Goblin mask. It was the Green Goblin mask. It wasn't me. It was Green Goblin.
Oh.
Oh.
Where are we, around 10 already?
Where did everybody go?
Flying.
No, but real talk, I very easily could use Monty for a trade at some point, so I'm actually very happy to have him as an asset on my team for now.
Wait, so Matt, you already went for a bench QB?
Yeah, I already did.
Huh.
Oh, you took one of my guys, Sammy.
You know what? Oh, I feel like that's a crazy. I feel like I can't do it, but I really want to do it. Okay.
Who?
I'll be bad.
Oh.
Chat, are we serious?
Mm-hmm.
Are we serious right now?
Brock Purdy.
What is this?
I'm kind of taken aback. I'm not going to lie.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a second.
Wait
a second.
What did I start?
Wait a second.
What is Ritos doing, bro? Did he have a quarterback before?
Yeah, he did.
He had Jaden Daniels and now double dipped on bench QBs. What is this draft strategy?
Wait a second.
What is the?
Wait.
Oh,
Before we go any further, Jake, is he on auto draft?
Oh, the David Montgomery pick doesn't look as bad now.
All right, guys.
To answer your question, no. Apparently, if I stay off of StreamYard too long, it kicks me out. I did not know that. And I did that QB thing on purpose. Y'all just wait.
Okay.
Y'all have your strategies. I have mine. Somebody is going to need a QB down the road, and someone is going to offer me a trade. Just wait.
You claim that I have a strategy?
All right.
Someone has a strategy. I keep hearing the word strategy over and over again in here. So
I'm honored that you think I have a strategy here, but I don't. I'm just going to admit it.
I will say I do have my own strategies, so just wait.
We've got a
It'll
lot of
all pay-
strategies going
Like I
on
said,
here.
my last draft, I didn't even take a QB until the 8th round. So
You don't want to make that mistake twice. Let's draft 3.
hell yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
Oh, come on. Really?
Georgia boy.
Georgia boy, another SEC guy.
I like it.
Yeah, why not?
Take my guy or just don't take my guy.
Okay, what's a dude here? Hey, what size are you? I'm a C cup.
Oh my god.
Interesting pick.
Oh my god.
That's hilarious.
I have to think of these witty puns, you know. I gotta set it up.
Oh my god.
I'm more into the draft somebody and then be silent and just hear what people react. Either no reaction, or oh.
I just read
Nobody
that.
reacted to me picking Michael Pittman Jr., a potential top 15 wide receiver, and that is a
Bill Krosky Merritt. That's John's guy. Bill Krosky Merritt.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
Bill.
Bill Nye the Science Guy.
You won't watch that show growing like in school, right?
Yeah.
Still goated.
Bill is
legendary.
I didn't see an episode until my junior year of high school, believe it or not.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
Goodness gracious.
That's actually crazy.
Universal. He's universal.
I know. I was like very bummed. Like obviously, I seen the theme songs, seen clips from it, everything. Knew who Bill Nye was. Just never saw an actual episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, one more player before bench. I hate that I'm doing this, but whatever.
A Dallas player, say it ain't so, man.
Javonte Williams.
I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it, Kev. Believe me, I didn't want to do it.
Okay.
On the right
Somebody
side,
already took George Pickens. Just throwing that out there.
Hey, Alec and Jake, you guys should pick the rapper Darren Waller. I hear he's very good.
Oh no.
His music is great. He should hang up
But I can only imagine.
Oh, CJ Stroud. Okay.
John's
Do I see
John's team is not that bad. I'm looking at it right now.
I see that scrolling defense and special teams. Do my eyes deceive me?
We're almost in the last 2 rounds.
Or are we about to have a defense special teams run?
Mark Andrews.
Are we doing defense and kicker?
I do defense and kicker last.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because the way that I see it,
unless
I
if
might
that
just have to. I might just have to start a little something. I might just have to.
A little early, huh?
Oh yeah, I love messing up the market.
Can't go wrong with picking the Steelers D.
Let's see.
It's true. You can't. I'm thinking maybe Denver or Houston could have been better, but whatever. I wanted to get Alex guy.
TJ Watt.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
I mean, yeah. I could have gone for Houston or Denver, but there's no Houston or Denver fans in this league, so.
I need a backup.
Kev, you have 22 seconds.
I know. I'm thinking of a backup tight end, but I don't know if I want to take the risk of getting Kelsey or not.
you mean Travis Swift?
Yeah.
No. Wouldn't it be Taylor Kelsey then?
Screw it.
You did it.
She's not going to be Taylor Kelsey. She's going to stay Taylor Swift.
Kelsey is my backup.
I'm just messing with you guys.
Karma is your tight end.
He's the one with the hyphen, not her.
Oh.
Well, if you ask Taylor Swift fans, it's the opposite. Kind of the opposite.
I really, really, really want Tucker Kraft. The issue is that I don't have space, and you do what you can. And I don't want to have another guy.
Right. I mean, you can always get him now, and then get a different person later in the waiver wire. So
is Jacobs your only Packer that you have, Lily?
Yes.
Rito's that's a risk-taking Rice because you know he's suspended for the first 6 weeks.
Okay.
And so begins. Patriots D.
Over the Broncos, over the Texans?
Now I know people are gonna question that, but I can see the vision knowing they got Gonzo, Barmore.
Green Bay got Micah Parsons, and they're favored to win the NFC North now.
Yeah,
Ashley and Slasher saw that coming and he cooked it.
Whoever the odd makers are don't know how to make
Lily,
good
I can't
odds.
believe you didn't pick Packers defense there. For shame.
Can't be too predictable.
That's true.
I like the Lion. I like the Lions defense. So I'm
picking a rivals.
I went with it.
Ow.
Who do I even take?
I mean, there's got to be a special exception to that. But
got a lot of.
I'll let this one slide because
so Lily,
Aiden Hutchinson is
each other. What about then?
How long is Jordan Addison?
Then I go
for?
hide.
6 games, I believe.
I thought it was 3 games.
I know kicker I'm going with. I just don't want anyone to pick him.
I know what kicker I'm going with. You better not pick him.
I totally know what picker.
I know who you're gonna take, Jake. I know who you're gonna take. You're gonna take the guy with the same name as you. You have 3 seconds.
Okay, not bad.
I like that.
Curveball.
Because they already picked defense. Like a different role player was a logical next pick.
Ime Ibuka is very interesting because
He could bowl out.
I know Godwin and Evans are gonna get most of the catches.
Yeah,
but they're also a lot older than Ibuka.
H-Town, baby.
True.
You know,
H-Town down.
I gotta stick to my Rockets roots.
I like that. I respect.
I respect that. All right, John.
Where is he? There he is.
Okay. Alright, I'm gonna pick. Alright. Before I even pick my defense, I'm gonna pick my kicker, and I absolutely love the fact that I got this guy. And I hate to do this again, Kev, but I gotta freaking do it.
Hey, 2020. I can believe 2023 USFL kicker. I respect it.
I hate taking a Cowboy, but I can't pass on Brandon Aubrey. I just can't.
It's fair.
Yeah.
Now my defense. That's an interesting choice. I'm not taking the Cowboys defense after getting rid of Micah Parsons.
Garbage.
No. Whatever.
49ers.
Yeah.
With Nick Bosa, Michael Williams, and Fred Warner loading that up, can't go wrong.
Yeah, I couldn't go wrong with that pick, honestly, of all the defenses that were available. You know what's amazing? I predicted this draft would go 45 minutes, and we're at 44 minutes.
Oh, there's the other Jake.
Very nice.
There you go, Jake.
Well, to stick with the theme of roots.
I was gonna say Oswell, you know. I was gonna say.
Do I take Dicker the kicker?
Dicker the kicker.
I'm taking Dicker the kicker.
Oh.
Dicker the kicker.
Digger the kicker.
My favorite name for kicker was Ryan Suckup because he would always go over to the coach and be like, coach, you don't want to go for it on 4th down. You want to kick it.
Well, my favorite name is Chris Blewett. As a kicker, how do you make it to the league with the last name Blewett?
I'm gonna go 70-yard field goal.
Never forget that
There he is. I knew somebody was gonna take Cam Little before he got to me.
Yep.
Chase McLaughlin's a good kicker.
Yeah, McLaughlin redeemed himself from the.
And then Ritos.
All right.
The plan falls into place perfectly.
That's available, I guess, right?
Big Butker.
I actually almost thought about breaking my thoughts, and I did almost.
Jake, your draft is complete. Let's go to my team. All right. Now, what I want to do is I actually want to go to the standings because there's like a little thing where where they have AI predict who has the best team. I want to see who that is.
I really like this team that I got. I really do.
All right, let me go to projections. Yeah, projections. Here we go. Wait, where is it?
I want to see
I don't know what
where.
you're looking at.
Fantasy Cast, I think. All right. So Kev's projected to beat me week 1 by 1.3 points.
Okay. Projections. I don't follow projections.
All right. And then we got Gridiron Grinders. That's tongue twister. Versus the Blue Blurs. That's Kevin. That's John and Alec. And then we got Motors City Kitties versus Ritos. I think Ritos actually has the most projected points of all of us. 132.5.
Let's go.
And then the battle of the women. Lily versus Sammy. Now, one thing I want to do, since we did finish this draft in like 46 minutes and we have 14 minutes before the bottom of the hour, I actually want to reveal a couple of things. So as you can see by my hat, I've been in Washington, D.C. And one thing that I can say is like there's been a lot of historical stuff here in Washington, D.C. Sammy and I have been to like a bunch of places already. But I want to get into a little trivia thing because this is a sports related trivia thing, but it's also politically motivated. So this is a trivia question for all of you. Which U.S. president did not have a basketball court in the White House? A. Bill Clinton, B. George H.W. Bush, or C. Barack Obama?
The first one, Clinton.
Lily, what do you think?
I'll go with Bush.
Do I get to answer?
Yes, you can answer.
Definitely not.
All right. John?
It's got to be Herbert Walker.
All right. Ritos?
Obama.
You think Obama? Alec?
Well, I don't think it's Obama. I think I'm just gonna go around and beat around the bush.
Good one. Jake, which president do you think did not have a basketball court in the White House?
Bill Clinton is my guess.
Okay, Sam, what do you think?
Bush.
The actual answer, believe it or not, is Bill Clinton. Bill Clinton did not have a basketball court.
Wait. I thought he was the one that did.
No, he had the saxophone in the White House.
No. Are you sure?
I'm positive because so we did the White House People's House experience, and they showed footage of George Herbert Walker Bush shooting the basketball, and they had Obama playing defense, but Clinton used the White House for his saxophone because Bill Clinton loved instruments. So
And Monica Lewinsky.
Yeah.
Oh!
Hey,
Oh.
slow down. We're not going there.
Slow down there. Okay.
We're not
I never
going there.
had Clinton as a basketball guy anyway, so that's why I was confident picking him.
Oh, good job. So anyways, before we get to the bottom of the hour, there actually is an announcement that I wanted to make, and now that all of you are here for it, I mentioned this on the Discord earlier. I'm going to mention it again. So Kevin, John, Alec, and I have been in talks with a guy named Ryan from My Camp Solutions or Octagon Payments. Octagon Payments is a wholesale credit card company that specializes in sports, but they have a sports theme going, and they're close with LFA, which is some type of UFC conglomerate, and they're also close with UFL, which is the Ultimate Fighting League. Ryan is a guy who I've known for several months because he's an authentic follower of mine, and also a former Michigan State Spartan. Jake, you must love that. Anyway, I am proud to announce on behalf of the four of us that Foursquare Sports will be partnering with My Camp Solutions and Octagon Payments beginning in the month of September. Now, what does this mean? It means more promotional stuff. It'll be more creativity. More followers. We'll have a QR code at some point for people to follow his business. This will all begin in September. And we'll also have other things like, promotional based stuff. We might have fighters from LFA or UFL on the show to talk about their leagues. And over 350 fighters from LFA or UFL have gotten selected to go to the UFC. So it's a very well-rounded company, and Ryan is as transparent as it gets. He loves the four of us and the authenticity that we bring. So I want to mention this here while we have time before the bottom of the hour. And the reason why I say now is because 10 minutes I had to play the DAS promo. So I figured this would be the perfect time to announce it. But before I even get to the DAS part of it all, I want to get thoughts from Kevin, Alec, and John about everything that has gone down these last couple weeks, because obviously they were involved in the process too. And if you know me very well, you would know I would not do anything without these three guys. And I can't thank them more than enough. Kevin, what are your thoughts on everything that has gone down?
I'm super excited, man. I mean, like, I was very skeptical at first to see like what this guy was gonna like think of us and all of that, like what he was gonna bring to the table. And then after we did the couple of meetings with him, like all four of us, like he seemed like very transparent. He's like a funny dude, and he seemed like he genuinely like cared about the stuff that he does. He's very knowledgeable and all that. And he got a picture with my guy Cam Scadaboo, so that was a plus for me.
Yes.
And it didn't seem like he was like trying to pull a fast one or anything like that. He seems very genuine, which I really like. So I'm very excited.
Okay. John, your thoughts on everything?
Well, I mean, we had 2 extensive meetings. We all threw a lot of technical questions at him. So it's legit, I think. And it'll be a really interesting thing to build that relationship. The MMA side of things is not something we talk about, but it probably will be going forward now that we have this partnership.
And last but certainly not least, I gotta get into the most down to earth man of this whole podcast / show. Alec, you're straightforward with everything. What are your thoughts on what has gone down?
He knows his stuff, and he really knows what he is doing. And I'm glad that we're all partnering up with My Camp Solutions and Octagon Payments. He knows what he is talking about, and he is very open-minded, and it's very relatable to talk to. Once you get to know him, you'll be having a really good conversation with him.
Yeah, like Ryan is awesome. He even sent me a voicemail through Instagram, basically talking about how he's excited to work with us, how he likes how the four of us feed off each other. He likes how the four of us are as a group, and how we're authentic, and how we're real, and how we're not trying to come up with a one-liner. Like, it's just like, that's what I like to hear, because a lot of times people, and I'm not throwing shade at anybody, but a lot of times people who have a podcast or a sports show or anything along those lines, they'll try to act like they're someone that they're not. They'll try to be someone that they look up to and try to emulate them. And you know what? It's common. But if you know me very well, I'm a mix of everything. I'm a crazy guy, but you know what? I like everything. And that's the ultimate thing with me. And you know, I love the fact that Kevin, Alec, and John, like they respect me for who I am, and they like everything that I bring to the table. And you know, I like mostly. Okay, thank you, John.
Mostly, not the shade, John.
Damn, John. I thought
I thought we were friends.
but like this is like a PSA for people who like want to do a sports show. And our friend David Smith, also known as Armchair, he put up a PSA in his Discord, which, by the way, if you're not part of the Armchair Commentators Unite Discord, especially the baseball Discord, please be a part of this. I might even like put a link to Armchair's Discord. I might have to get his permission to do that, but I'm willing to do it if Armchair allows me to do it. But one thing Armchair said was, please be yourself. You'll get a more authentic and better following that way than trying to be someone who has been overplayed, well overdone, yada, yada, yada. And one thing I responded back to with Armchair, I said, you know, your character is you. You're your own character. And that, I think, is the number one thing that people have to understand, is no matter what you do, like, you can't act like you're Ric Flair because you have blonde hair and you're styling and profiling. You can't act like Macho Man Randy Savage because you have a voice that goes, oh yeah. Like, you can't be a WWE wrestler like Pat McAfee, or part-time wrestler like Pat McAfee, and be this guy who's like larger than life, even though you're in a certain financial situation. And that, to me, I think is the most important thing to anyone who's watching this. Even on KIXP. Like, KIXP, honestly, was the main driving force that got this show going. Because if it weren't for John telling us that we were part of KIXP, you know, I probably wouldn't have been as motivated to do as much. But then again, I saw that I had fun with these three gentlemen right here, and I could not let that go. As mentioned before, I've done Sirianni Says Sports with my cousin Ryan. I'm not getting choked up. I'm not crying. Believe me, I'm not crying. But I've done Sirianni Says Sports with Ryan, and Ryan eventually grew out of it. He's doing his own thing now. He loves what he does. But whenever I saw an opportunity to do a show again, I would not take it for granted. And Alec, Kevin, and John are like probably the best group of people I've ever had to work with. And I say that from the bottom of my heart. I'm not getting emotional, I promise. Thank you, Sammy. But honestly, like, I think good things happen. So they say good things come to those who wait. And I feel like all those years of a COVID pandemic and waiting to get an opportunity and working with Sal Angeletti and doing all this stuff, like, it all meant that somewhere down the line something was going to come. And this is the ultimate thing that I feel like a lot of us needed. And I know Kevin is doing stuff with Legacy Sports Network, and I know Alec is still working on his broadcasting ambitions, and I know John is doing his thing with KXP and beyond. So it only keeps us motivated to do this show on a weekly basis. And for those of you who don't know, we record this show on Saturdays because Fridays Kevin is doing Legacy Sports Network, which, by the way, if you don't listen to Kevin on Legacy Sports Network, please listen to his work because he's awesome at what he does.
Thank you, Matt.
And Alec and John are awesome and equally talented people. And I'm blessed to be surrounded by those guys. And Sammy, even though she fifth wheels with the four of us, she has been my motivating force the entire way. She's been nothing but motivational and inspirational to me to keep me going and to keep my head on straight. And honest to God, like, I wouldn't be in this position without a lot of people. Sammy's number one, but like I favor everybody else. Like, even like other people, like, I know Lily's here. I know Jake is here. I know Ritos is here. Like, you guys being a part of this league, that gives us like encouragement that what we're doing is working, and I appreciate it humbly. And also, I gotta give a shout out to other guys like Randy Kure, like David Smith Armchair, like Lauro Antonio. Like, I can go on and on and on. But I think the number one thing I gotta say is thank you so much, Ryan and Micah Parsons. We can't wait for it. Jake, you want to say something real quick?
For sure. You know, all of this, you know, got me thinking. It's like, I don't appear on this show often. You know, I'm not a weekly guest. I would love to be if I had the time, and that absolutely is something I'd love to work out in the future. And the reason why is because I love doing this stuff. I love coming on, hopping on a call, just talking sports with you all. Man, Matt, you've been there since like day one with me. Same with you, Alec, Kevin, John. All of you guys have really been there since day one with me. So you've all seen, you know, me grow when I do this stuff. And I mean, you all have been, you know, nothing but supportive of me and my work in this space. I mean, you all offer me a place where I can come out here and I don't have to like sit all professionally and sound like a certain thing. I can come out here during a draft and like put on my hat sideways and just have a fun old time, man. I love this stuff. And I appreciate you all for giving me this, you know, space to do it. And I would really hope to continue to, you know, keep showing up as a guest and maybe eventually, you know, more of a full-time recurring character on the show, if you will, for sure.
That would actually be pretty cool. And thank you so much, Jake, for your kind words. I would love to get Lily and Ritos' word, but we have to get to the bottom of the hour. We're right there. So obviously, before DAS Technology Consulting was the only sponsor, DAS Technology Consulting is a company that has been supporting us since the beginning, since we became part of KXP. And it's a company run by Darren Sirianni. And if you want to know more about DAS Technology Consulting and what they bring to the table for your IT infrastructure needs, take a listen.
Our approach at DAS Technology is simple. At DAS Technology, we offer a very unique approach by providing our clients a single point of contact for all their mission-critical data center demands. DAS Technology Consulting is a global leader in data center services, specializing in delivering cutting-edge, best-of-breed enterprise solutions. With a focus on innovation and reliability, DAS provides worldwide storage, server, and networking solutions that are tailored to meet the evolving demands of the modern data-driven world.
So we're in hour number 2 of this. Again, thank you, DAS Technology Consulting, for allowing us to promote you and sponsor you on this show. But we're in hour number 2. Now, I know we were going to get into sports talk, but I would be remiss if I did not allow Lily and Ritos to say their piece, because I've mentioned it before. If you don't know who Lily Schumacher is, I've been in the sports industry for about 10, 11 years. There is no woman in this world, in the sports industry, that is intelligent and as sharp as Lily Schumacher. And I'm honored that I never had to face her on Line 'em Up, but I'm also happy that she's been that she's a part of this league and that we've been on some shows together. Lily, do you have anything you want to say?
I mostly just wanted to say that congrats to you guys, and that it's been really wonderful to join you guys on this show and, other iterations, other shows, and get to know all of you better, and just seeing where the continuous growth comes in and how sort of the brand is expanding and growing is really, really wonderful to see. And something that I'm happy to, be alongside supporting. And I thoroughly enjoy every time I come on here. Everybody's, you guys are all really, really wonderful people. And as sports is a often really heated environment and can be, especially when you get into rivalries and all these other things. And it's just continuously you're all really smart and respectful people, and I think it just makes all of this a lot more fun. So I just want to say big, my kind of words on this are just congrats to you guys, really.
Thank you, Lily.
Thank you. Yeah. That means a lot. Ritos, anything you want to say?
Kind of just second what both of them said. I mean, congrats. Obviously, you guys have been putting in the work, so I mean, reap the benefits, right? You put in the work, you want to get the rewards. So congratulations. And I'm kind of new here, honestly. I think I'm the newest face at everybody here, possibly, maybe. But I have a good time every time I come in here. You guys are all fun to hang out with. So just as like a spectator of sports, I don't have any real knowledge other than just kind of doing some stat tracking and stuff. Like I'm not a professional sports guy, but to come in here and have people to talk about this stuff with, whereas most of my day-to-day life, I don't have people like this, is refreshing. So keep doing what you're doing. Reap the rewards that come with the hard work that y'all been putting in, because y'all deserve it.
Okay. Thank you guys so much. Now, John actually killed my mood a little bit. You want to know why? Because I just got the Fantasy Trends screenshot, how we all did with our draft on. How is Firmly Grasping in last place? How is Firmly Grasping? What did I do wrong?
First place.
Matt, I'll tell you what you did wrong.
3-quarterback team in first place.
Wait, what did I do, Kev?
You didn't draft the Giants defense when you had the chance. That's what you did wrong.
Okay, anyway, I'm going to take that as I'm number one in my heart. But anyways, Ritos is number one. Number two is Greener Gridiron Grinders. Motor City Kitties is number three. Number four is Blue Blurs. Love Shack is 5. Bama Girl is 6. Hashtag Slash is 7. And then Firmly Grasping is 8.
Don't believe
my plan with the 3 quarterbacks.
Or protection.
Wait, Kevin, what did you say?
3 quarterbacks is starting.
3 quarterbacks, my God.
Because they're not accurate.
That's true. That's a good point. Sometimes AI and projections are not entirely accurate. But anyways, we have some stuff that we want to get into. But I want to get into one story for the NFL before we get into picks based on the spread. And this is actually a pretty significant one. So if you followed us on last week's episode, when we talked about the Micah Parsons situation, we basically said that he's stuck there, he's being held hostage, and none other can be greater than this quote. Take a listen.
Jerry said no to that. Then he is literally taking his thumb and putting it on Micah and saying, I'm in control of you.
Yeah.
And you're going to be mine for the next 3 years.
And pretty much, John admitted that in his head he thought it was a foregone conclusion, but now that he's kind of eating a little bit of crow, which we all eat crow every now and then, but we all bashed Jerry Jones last episode, and we're probably going to bash him again, because this is something that was just diabolical. And I think we can all agree, and we have a Packer fan in here as this is happening, because Micah Parsons was traded to the Green Bay Packers. And then immediately after he got traded, he signed a 4-year, $188 million contract with the Packers. So he's going to be a Packer for the next 4 years instead of being a Cowboy for the next 3 years. Now, this is great because you want to know why? The Cowboys look like a shell of themselves now compared to previous years. And if Kevin's Cowboy prediction on them finishing last place in the NFC East is true, I will run around this DC hotel like a kid at a candy store. I mean it. Like, I'm happy because Micah Parsons was getting harassed. He was getting belittled. Jerry Jones was saying things that didn't make any sense. And now here we are. He's on a different team. Now, I want to get Kevin's opinion because he's smiling. He's throwing a thumbs up. Kevin, what's your thoughts on all this?
Now, just for the record, when me, you, Alec, and John did our NFL standings predictions, I was the only one here that said that the Cowboys were going to finish last in the NFC East division and that the Giants were going to finish ahead of them in third. Now I'm feeling more confident in that now that Micah Parsons is out of this division. Hallelujah. He's not going to hurt us anymore. So I'm happy for Lily. I'm happy for Packers fans. But most of all, I'm just glad that the Cowboys look like they're going to be sinking and treading down.
And I'm honestly happy for Micah Parsons because he was putting up with a lot of nonsense with not having the agent involved. And it was just a big mess. And now I want to get Alec's thoughts on this because I remember when the news first broke, Alec was hysterical when the news broke on Thursday. I got to get his thoughts now. Alec?
Dude, you had no idea how much I was laughing hysterically at this. How do you botch this situation? How do you botch the contract negotiations? And I thought the Trey Hendrickson and contract talks with the Bengals were bad. Oh boy, this, and I mean this, takes the cake. The art, in quotation marks, of Jerry Jones' negotiation is truly masterfully and legendarily awful. And if Trayvon Diggs has a contract standoff in the future, I would not be surprised. You were belittling Micah Parsons to the point where you're tanking his own trade value and shrinking to the point where he's worth less than what he is truly at. If you were to get a true return for him, why not 4 early round draft picks and 2 impact players? If Kenny Clark counts as an impact player, that would be, but you needed another piece. Kenny Clark's worse against the run than Micah Parsons is, and his PFF grade, for as much as we want to shaft on PFF for how shallow or up and down they are with their projections, his PFF grade against the run is actually worse than Parsons. Clark is coming off his career worst season. Jerry said, we need to stop the run. You know who could have stopped the run? Micah Parsons. Okay, so you may have the same production stopping the run, but you're going to have trouble getting any sort of pressure against the quarterback. Who's your lead pass rusher now? Sam Williams? Dante Fowler? What are you doing, Jerry? What are the Dallas Cowboys thinking? And just months after they got George Pickens from us, in fairness, they need a wide receiver too, but you opened up a new can of worms by having no legitimate edge rusher help. Your corner room is set with Diggs and DeRon Bland, but there are holes everywhere that you look on all things else. How long is the Marvion Overshown going to be out? He's not going to make his debut until later on the season. And now you have holes all over the defense, especially on edge rusher, because you left that alone. Green Bay, on the other hand, they got themselves a generational talent at the edge rusher department. They needed a legitimate edge rusher to pair next to Rashawn Gary. They got that and then some, because now they get to enjoy his services for the next 5 years, considering it's a 4-year extension.
True.
Look, they don't have a clear-cut CB1, but you don't pass up on a generational talent like Parsons. You take what you can get. Bravo, Brian Gutekunst. Bravo. Thank goodness that you did this fleece job on Jerry and expose him for who he is.
And honest to God, Jerry Jones at 81 years old, I know John said something like he needs to be like be on a competency test, because a lot of the stuff that Jerry Jones was saying made no sense. And Kevin's laughing because it's honestly true. But John, I gotta get your thoughts on this now. Now that Jerry Jones traded away his best defensive player and really one of his best 3 players on the roster, what do you think happens to Jerry Jones now? Does he need a competency test? Do you think that the Cowboys are going to be a last place team? Do you think they're going to pick top 5 in the draft? Like, where do they stand as of now?
Well, I don't think we have enough time for everything I want to say. He needs a competency test. He needs those Joe Biden meds. I think what happened was Netflix produced his show about the Cowboys, and he went back in his head to the Herschel Walker trade and never came back from that.
Oh my God.
Honestly, he looked at that and he's like, I'm going to do that again. I'm going to get me another Herschel Walker trade. And I mean, legit, my favorite quote to make fun of is him saying, we could get another Micah Parsons with these picks. No, Jerry, you're not, because you can't get out of your own way. You're not going to do anything from now until you die, until your son fires you.
And the thing is, when he said about we're going to do another Herschel Walker trade, you're not getting Emmitt Smith.
Oh my God! This isn't 1989. This is 2025. Go ahead, Kev.
And those 2 first rounders he got, those are going to be like late 20s at best. Like those first round picks. So you're not even getting like a top 10 like defensive guy unless you tank, which I know they're not going to do. So like it's and also Jerry Jones, I think maybe he confused himself and drafted Michael Parsons instead of Micah Parsons. It says the guy's name wrong. Like I think he does need a competency test because and the thing is also he could have paid him last April for only giving him $35 million a year and avoided all this. He could have done that too, but all he had to do was talk to his agent, and it's not 1995 anymore where he can just give a guy a handshake and get a deal done. That's not how it works nowadays. Everyone has agents for a reason, and Jerry Jones was too stubborn to pull the trigger and pay Michael what he deserved.
I think you need to talk to at that steakhouse at that bachelor party you were at, because it's pretty apparent that you know more about what. Yeah. It's pretty apparent that you know more.
Fan. So maybe him touching my shoulder, I like drained all the like common sense out of him.
Oh my God!
Tap his shoulder. Give him a pep talk about why agents matter.
Seriously, Ritos, you want to take part in this? What's your thoughts?
Yeah. So y'all all brought up a couple points here. So first of all, Matt, I think it was you that said the Cowboys are now a shell of themselves.
Yes.
If I remember, they've already been that way. If I'm being 100% honest, the Cowboys for the last, I'll go 5 years, have already been a shell of the Cowboys that people remember. The Cowboys that people praise and love and all this, all the hype about Dallas history. Y'all haven't been that for years. There have been issues and going down the negotiation talks and how do you not pay Micah? Well, there were issues with the Dak Prescott contract. There were issues with the CeeDee Lamb contract. And now there's issues with the Micah contract. What's the common denominator in all 3 of those? Jerry Damn Jones.
Yep.
Go home, go to sleep, drink your warm milk, leave football to the professionals because you are no longer a football professional. The competency test, I don't even know if that really is a thing, but if it is, he would fail with one hand tied behind his back and his eye half closed. It wouldn't matter. It would not matter. He should have been done running this NFL team at a minimum 3 years ago. And I'm going to go as far as 5 because this team has been a shell for 5 whole years. This team has been borderline playoff. Borderline. This team, if they make the playoffs, gets smokehoused in the first round.
Yep.
Rito.
It's not the guys. It's not the guys on the team. Dak Prescott is still a good quarterback. He's good quarterback, quote unquote. He's a good quarterback. He is consistent. He throws interceptions as much as touchdowns. He is consistent. CD, consistent. Micah, consistent. It's not the team. It's everybody above the team. That's the problem.
Rito, one of the things that wasn't in that recording that I said was that I truly believe Jared Jones has early stages dementia.
I would not be surprised, dude. Honestly, like he's at a level where he's saying things that are questionable on live media. It was not that long ago he threatened to fire his own radio host because they asked a question that everybody wanted the answer to. Everybody and their brother wanted the answer to this question. He's like, nope, I don't have to answer that. I'm gonna fire you. Who does that?
That was back in
Who
October
does
last
that?
year.
Big ego getting in the way.
It's despicable.
That is insanity.
It's despicable with the ego. It really is. And one thing that I mentioned, and Lily's going to know this, if there's anyone that got lucky in this whole ordeal, it's Mike McCarthy. You want to know why? Because Jerry Jones fired Mike McCarthy because Mike McCarthy wanted to challenge his authority. And basically, Jerry Jones was like, okay, I'm not going to have any of this. Go out. Get away from me. And he brings in Brian Schottenheimer, who doesn't have a clue about what's going on in the Dallas organization. And Brian Schottenheimer just sat there like a puppet, not knowing what was going on. And Mike McCarthy's watching this all go down saying, wow, thank God I got out of that situation. If Mike McCarthy were still the Cowboys head coach, I guarantee you this wouldn't have been this big of a problem. But Jerry Jones created his own disaster. He did, because you don't allow your own player to walk out like that after you tried to hold him hostage and after you embarrass yourself in front of the media, you trying to fire your own staff, your own media staff on radio. Like, it just doesn't work that way. It's just despicable. Lily, you want to say something?
Oh, yeah. So I think the whole situation, obviously a lot of it's already been touched on. I think it's just all insane. I think the whole situation is insane, and mostly because of what you're talking about, Jerry Jones, and the principle of that they wanted to make the defense better. And even, John, you mentioned the whole thing about him saying, well, we can get another Micah Parsons. And it's like, but you have Micah Parsons and you have this opportunity with him, yet you're not doing anything to actively continue on. And I completely agree with Ritos. I feel like the Cowboys have just been like a facade of a good team. And one of the biggest moments of that was when the Packers faced them. Was that 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah.
2 years ago in the playoffs. And they just looked like a shell. And it looked like they could not get anything going. And it just feels like they keep making decisions that are supposed to act like a team that knows what they're doing, but then it doesn't happen. So moving into then what this means for the Packers, it's obviously huge. It really gives some sort of, I would say, just like a huge boost to the defense, clearly, but it kind of adds just some like character and like an ability to look at them and go, the curb appeal is there. And
yeah,
I actually believe there's a good house behind it that's been built, and it's not just something I'm looking at. Like, it feels really good. He seems really excited for a fresh start there with a team that clearly wants him to be there. I've been seeing the videos of him with Jordan Love on, I believe, Micah Parsons' show previously, where Parsons said, if you could have anybody join your team right now, you know, make you better, anybody you want, who would it be? And Jordan Love goes, well, there's a guy I'm talking to right now, or like, hey, you know, you over there. And it's clear that they have, obviously, too, they won't be playing on the same side of the ball, but they have a good chemistry. And I'm sure that is something, too, that when this is all happening, it's a huge bonus to Parsons to know that there's a locker room that's going to be there that he's probably going to fit pretty dang well into. And I just really like it on all of those levels. I think it's been cool to really see how excited he is to be there. I like that he's going to be the first Packer to wear number 1 since Curly Lambeau. That is not a decision that's taken lightly. And, you know, unofficially retired number. Letting him take that shows that they believe in him. I'm sure that's a really big boost for him as well. And the one thing I want to say, talking about Gute Kunst, if you don't know German, that basically means good art, good at art. I think that kind of speaks for itself there.
Yeah, that really does speak for itself. Well done, seriously.
Props on the knowledge of German language. Yes, man.
And you want to know something?
Too. Got number 1 first since Ray Flaherty.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But you want to know something? This kind of reminds me of a time when the Packers also got another defensive star. This wasn't through trade, but this was a free agency move. Remember in the 90s when they got Reggie White and how big of an impact that was? They won a Super Bowl with Reggie White. Like, it just kind of reminds me of that. And then you see those iconic images of him with his arm around Brett Favre's neck and Brett being goofy about it. Like, the chemistry was there. This is what this reminds me of. Like, a defensive stud and a really talented up-and-coming young quarterback potentially making a Super Bowl push. And I know Jake's not going to want to hear this, but I wouldn't be shocked if the Packers maybe challenge it. Yep. I wouldn't be shocked if the Packers challenge the Lions in the NFC North. I wouldn't. Especially because last year the Packers gave the Lions a run for their money twice last year.
And yet they got swept. Interesting.
But anyway, Jay, I want to come to you on this. I'd be remiss if I forgot you. I'd be remiss if I forgot you. Hey, what's your thoughts on the whole Micah Parsons situation?
So I don't really want to talk about what this means for the Packers for obvious reasons. It makes them a better team. They're obviously going to be a lot harder to beat. Do we sweep them again? My heart says yes, and my brain says no. We split the season series. That aside, whatever you hear from Jerry Jones, do not believe it. There are two reasons why. Number one, he's senile. He's lost it. There's nothing up in his mind. There's nothing up in his brain anymore. He is probably within 5 years of kicking the bucket, let's be honest. Or two, he just straight up didn't want Micah Parsons in general. So similar to Nico Harrison, he was just going to make up whatever excuse he could to make it look like a good move. So you know how Nico Harrison traded Luka Doncic and was like, oh, he plays bad defense. He's not conditioned. That wasn't true. Okay, he just didn't want to pay him a large contract. He just didn't want to keep him around. Jerry Jones did the same thing with Micah Parsons. Too much of a distraction, too expensive, didn't want him. So they could ship him off to someone, and then you get a player in return. It's like, oh, Kenny Clark makes our defense better. Just like Nico Harrison said, yes, Anthony Davis makes our defense better. You know what I'm saying? It's like none of those things make sense, but they're good excuses. They're good things to fall back on as an executive for your team. If you're like, oh, yeah, we made this move, and we believe it's going to be good. Well, at that point, you can say that that's what you believed, and then you haven't confirmed that you didn't want your star player anymore. There's nothing out here. You didn't explicitly say, I don't want Micah Parsons. I don't want Luka Doncic. You just kind of implied it and danced around it. That's what Jerry Jones did. And, it's just a terrible move for the Cowboys. I don't know if they're fourth or third in their division, but they're not making the playoffs.
No.
Okay, they're not getting past Philadelphia or Washington in their own division. There are so many teams in the NFC better than them. Honestly, I'm not too high on the Giants, but I don't know if the Cowboys are going to even be able to get past them. And, there's a lot of reasons for this. I mean, Dak Prescott's a terrible quarterback when the lights are bright, which is a lot for the Cowboys. George Pickens is not a great receiver. CeeDee Lamb is probably gone in a few years, and this might be his last truly productive year in Dallas because it's a whole circus over there. The defense got so significantly worse. I could not name a single player on their defense right now other than Trevon Diggs because their defense is just continuing to regress year after year. That I honestly don't trust their defense at all. I don't trust their offense beyond CeeDee Lamb. I don't really trust their special teams. There's three aspects of the game I don't trust. I don't trust their coaching. I don't trust anything about Dallas. And any of their talent that is there now is probably not going to be there in 2-3 years, if not after this season.
Right.
So then you look at this whole Micah Parsons situation, it's just another big domino to fall in this endless train of bad decisions by Dallas. And so I think that this, circus doesn't end until the Jerry Jones era ends, whichever way that may come. So, I don't think Dallas is just going to do anything this year, and trading away Micah Parsons was something that, is only going to continue to make their problems worse.
Yeah. Okay, Lily, you want to say something?
One more thing, too, about this whole trade that I really like. So I think people have been talking a lot about whether or not Packers will be Super Bowl contenders after this. And I think a lot of people are saying at least playoff contenders, at least looking good in the division, all these things. The biggest thing about that for me is, especially with him being signed to a long-term contract, is the fact that the team is really young and they have a pretty good window right now. If it's not this year, it could be next year. If it's not next year, it could be the year after that. And they're in pretty good shape in that way, that I'm sure that's a lot of the appeal to be able to join this team right here, right now. It's not that this is the only year for them to win. There's a lot of chances for them going forward.
Right.
And if I'm him, I would feel a lot more comfortable being in this environment where also too, I think the organization wants to win, but seems to have maybe a little bit better of a head on their shoulders in some ways there. But that's why the only last thing I wanted to make about that is just, I think the youth there is really appealing, and that this team is growing together and continuing to get pieces that are going to be making them stronger and stronger, especially as Love develops, their defense develops. Rashawn Gary's becoming like a veteran player, and he's still young.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there's a lot of things like that that are really appealing right now.
Like right now, the Packers look like an enticing pick. Go ahead, Kev.
I was going to say, I wouldn't be surprised if Jerry Jones had dinner with Nico Harrison the night before that trade.
All right, wait. I gotta bring this up before we move on from this because I keep hearing this comparison. I keep hearing this comparison to the Nico Harrison, Luka Doncic trade. And I have to be the one person that says this is nothing like that trade. This is you. If you're the Dallas Mavericks, you have to assume that Anthony Davis still gives you some sort of defensive production. Some sort of defensive production that gets you in the quote unquote maybe playoff range. The Dallas Cowboys traded away their absolute best player for a bag of peanuts and a bottle of soap. Like I don't understand where this like fallacy that this is like even remotely the same similarity in trade. The Dallas Mavericks, they made out still on that trade. I know it seems like a big deal that Luka's gone and he wasn't conditioned and all this other stuff, and he's putting up numbers in LA, and that's fine. AD was also hurt when he got traded. So he didn't even get to give y'all, as Dallas Mavericks fans, he didn't get to give y'all the full experience of what he's capable of. We already know what Kenny Clark is. We know full and well Kenny Clark has already been on the decline. And the other thing I want to touch on real quick is that Jerry Jones had a quote, a very specific quote that says, "This is what was best for Dallas Cowboys football." Are you out of your freaking mind?
Yeah, he is.
Are you?
He is. We know.
Like, this is not the Dallas Mavericks. This is the best thing for the Dallas Mavericks. That's not the same. This is not at all the same. There were people in Dallas who absolutely could not stand the fact that they traded Luka. But there were those couple people who were like, you know what? Luka's really not good on defense. And he's not. Let's be honest. Luka is awful on defense. If we're going to make that comparison, he is horrible on defense.
So
that's the only comparison I have is your awful defense is Kenny Clark. That's your awful defense. You still got awful defense, but you got rid of your awful defense as a Dallas Maverick. And you took on awful defense as a Dallas Cowboy. And you got rid of by far your best player. Then on top of that, you got Diggs, who's going to come into a contract year. And again, bringing up before the fact that there have been contract issues with Dak, with CD, with Micah. Does anybody believe that there's not going to be an issue with Diggs when his time comes? He's not going to stay. He's gone.
No.
The next time Prescott and CD come up on a contract, they're gone because nobody wants to deal with this. The Luka thing is not the same as the Cowboys trade. I'm sorry. That has to be squashed. That is not the same at all.
Honestly, I can see where you're going with that.
Yeah.
I can see where you're going with that. John, I don't know if you wanted to say one more thing before we move on.
Yeah, real quick. I like the bag of peanuts and bottle of soap thing because I predict with next year's draft that Jarrett will drop that soap.
Oh my God!
I 100% agree with you. There's nothing they can do to fix this.
Kevin, go ahead.
So I have a better comp, like that's a football comp, and Alec will know this. Do you guys remember the DeAndre Hopkins trade? When they traded Hopkins away for a third-string running back in Mike Johnson, and what was it? What was it, Alex? 6 first-round picks too?
Wait, not even a first-round pick. The best pick they got was a second-round pick, and by the way, that running back was David Johnson.
But still, that's probably the only other football comp that I could think of.
That's awful.
It was awful.
Terrible.
Similar situation. D-Hop was in his prime.
Yeah.
At the time.
Oh my God. It's crazy.
The Packers made out on this trade, and there's no question about it. The question is, how far is Dallas going to fall now?
Yeah.
Because everyone says they might not even beat the Giants. They could have the worst record in the NFL next year. Or the year after that.
I hope to God you're right.
when CeeDee Lamb's contract comes, when Trayvon Diggs' contract comes, and all those guys know that there are these problems coming with signing a contract with Jerry Jones, and every single one of them kicks rocks because they don't want to deal with this nut job, they could have the worst record in football, and that's only 2 to 3 years away from now.
Okay,
when this came down, the one thing I said, the one liner I had that kind of surmised everything was that the Green Bay Packers are dem boys.
I saw that comment.
Let me just say this before we move on. I gotta say one thing. America's team, my butt. America's team, my butt.
That's right.
They haven't been though. That was my point originally. They've been a shell for years. I don't know who still thinks they're America's team, but y'all ain't been that team for 5+ years.
Jerry still thinks that.
Jerry thinks that, yeah.
Let me not say bad words.
We can't say the F word on here. We can't.
No bad words. I'm gonna be quiet.
America's team 5 years ago. No,
Yeah.
they weren't.
Because America's team right now, I think that honor goes to Jake's gonna like this. The Detroit Lions.
I can get behind that. I
think they were last year. Definitely.
Yeah. Okay. We really got to move on. Okay. So
Lily, go to Lily real quick.
All right. Go ahead.
Huh? Oh, I got nothing.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I'm in on the Lions, especially last year being America's team.
Okay, we really got to move on. We got to get into a couple of fresh spreads, which, by the way, fresh spreads is the new segment that we have here. And by the way, this is brought to you by Talercio's. If you don't know what Talercio's is, it's a deli in New Jersey, and John's been blasting me with their Instagram videos and their sandwiches, which, by the way, their sandwiches are delightful. I mean it. Their sandwiches are delightful. It's in Monmouth County, New Jersey. If you don't know Talercio's, they have over 210,000 followers on Instagram. Give them a follow. They're awesome sandwiches. But fresh spread's gonna be our segment.
They're the Cat's Deli of New Jersey. They make the most amazing sandwiches ever.
They do. And you're from Washington State, and you're sending us New Jersey sandwiches. I think it's hysterical. Okay, so what we're gonna do some fresh spreads. We're gonna do 4 games based on the spread. We're gonna pick, and then we're gonna get into fresh, fine, or fried. Okay, so we just got into a whole scramble about the Dallas Cowboys. Opening game: Cowboys at Eagles. Eagles favored by 7.5 points. We're going to pick based on the spread. I'm going to start off with Ritos.
Eagles 7.5, not even close.
Okay. Lily?
Eagles. Yeah. Yeah. Hold on. Yeah. I need to pull this up for myself to keep referencing.
Awesome. Okay, Jake?
It's tough. Can you read me the spread again?
Eagles minus 7.5.
I think they cover that. I think they win. For sure.
Okay. Alec?
All right. There's a quote that says, that's a quote I read on Twitter that said, in a world where Jerry Jones and Nico Harris are trading away 8 or star players, be the one trading for Mikko Rantanen.
Oh, my God.
And that's accurate.
Oh, my God.
That being said, as I'm picking the Eagles by double digits, I got to warn all of Jason Robertson, Adolis Garcia, and Paige Beckers.
Yeah. Yeah, seriously.
That's a secure cover. Yeah.
All right, Kevin?
Yeah.
Easiest cover in my life. I think they win by at least 14, the Eagles.
All right, John?
Give me the city of brotherly hate.
Honestly, I give that. Okay, so not to brag, but I was 5 for 5 at week 0 in college football. But this week, I said, and I quote, hammer and bet $1 million on the Ohio State Texas over, and they went under by 28 points.
I don't think anybody could have predicted that, though.
That was a defensive masterclass of a game.
It was. It really, really was.
Arch Manning disaster class. Let's be honest.
Well,
okay.
Best quarterback in how many years, bro? That was a disaster. Name on the back doesn't get you anywhere in college.
It really doesn't.
Ohio State's quarterback wasn't that much better, though. Let's be honest.
It was a defensive struggle. It was a defensive
He
grind.
was slightly better, but he wasn't that.
Wasn't favored as the next great thing. Let's
Arch
Very
Manning
fair.
is the
Very
Angel
fair.
Reese of college football.
That's
Disrespect
crazy. That's
OSU.
blasphemous.
You're gonna get buckeyed.
That's
Yeah.
next week's episode right there, Wells, I think.
Okay. In all seriousness, to continue this, I have the Eagles easily covering -7.5. Okay. One more spread before we move on to Fresh Fine or Fried, because we're running low on time. We got the game in Brazil. It is the Kansas City Chiefs taking on the Los Angeles Chargers in Brazil. Kansas City -3. Ritos.
I'm gonna take the Chargers. I'm actually, if I had a choice, I would take the Chargers money line personally.
Okay.
I take them to win outright, but cover the 3.
Okay. John, Sammy said my Brazil accent sucks. What did you think?
Yeah, you sounded more like Speedy Gonzalez there, bud.
Yeah.
I like. This is tough. This is tough because I really believe in the Chargers this year.
I do too.
I just don't know on a neutral field. I think the Chiefs are a better team, but I'm gonna have to stick to it. I'm gonna have to go with the Chargers.
Okay, I'm gonna pivot to Alec next. He just told me that Jeremy Lin retired from basketball.
Oh man.
That's crazy, Linsanity. But Alec, when it comes to Chiefs Chargers, Chiefs -3, what do you think?
All right, first of all, I'm wishing Jeremy Lin a happy retirement and
Yeah.
wishing him the best in this next chapter of life. Second of all, between the Chiefs and the Chargers, I just went to a new barbecue shop. Where's it at? Kansas City.
Okay,
Not
Kevin.
even the best barbecue.
They do. Kev?
I mean, this might be a little bit biased because you guys just saw I drafted Mahomes and Kelsey, so I'm gonna go Chiefs. But I think they barely win. I think maybe by like 6 or 7 points.
Yeah.
All right, Lily, what do you think?
I'm going Chargers. I'm catching a vibe about it.
Okay, Jake?
Chiefs, but they don't cover. They get bailed out last second. Somehow they get a crazy field goal, win by 1 point.
Okay.
Ooh, all right.
I like where
That sounded like Chargers cover the spread, though. I'm just saying.
Well, yeah, the Chargers would cover in that situation, but I'm going with the Chargers as well. I think that the Chargers are really good. They come up with the short end of the stick against Kansas City a lot, and I think that pisses them off more than anything. And I feel like this is their year to break through. So I'm going to say the Chargers. I think the Chiefs don't win. I think the Chargers win outright. So
Plus, you drafted
that's how I
Herbert.
feel. I drafted Herbert.
I'm
Exactly.
with him, though. I think the Chargers money line is the way to go. I think they win outright.
Chargers money line, exactly. Okay. That is Fresh Spreads, or the abbreviated version of Fresh Spreads. But now we're getting into my favorite segment of all time when it comes to Four Spread Reports. It's time for Fresh, Fine, or Fried. So how does this segment work? We will give one person 2.5 minutes to say whatever take is on their mind. It can be sports related, or it doesn't have to be sports related. And we will rank you on a scale of fresh, fine, or fried, meaning fresh is good, fine is okay, fried meaning get the hell out, you're crazy. So, Lily and Jake are both on the hot seat. So, Lily, we're going to start off with you. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, 2.5 minutes. Go.
Mine is very topical today, and mine is that the generated draft grades that you receive should not matter for anything more than you than you having fun with it and enjoying yourself receiving a good grade, bad grade, whatever. It should not have any impact in you thinking that your team will actually be doing well or have a chance of winning your entire league for that season. And it's mostly because it's just should not be something you actually care about beyond bragging rights of being like, yeah, I got an A+ draft, because so much happens throughout a season and all this is based on their projections, their numbers from whatever sort of like fantasy app or website that you're using. It's all just what they're thinking and what they're expecting to have happen. And so much goes on in an actual season that you can't predict. You might have to trade some pieces. You might have to drop. You have to pick up some other guys. A lot of people get injured. There's so many things that happen. And if you are going to go around saying, well, I think I'm looking pretty good in my league. I got an A- on my draft. And nobody else got anything beyond like a C+. So I should be like taking the cake. You're ridiculous. It's a fun thing and it shouldn't have any bearing beyond just some occasional humor or something that you might enjoy seeing then and there. But if you're basing everything about your fantasy season off of that, get out of here. And that'll take my time there.
Wow, with 1 minute to spare. Okay. That was actually very efficient. Ritos, fresh, fine, or fried?
Fresh, considering I'm ranked to win our league that we just drafted, and I've never won one before. So season rankings don't mean diddly. Like I'm fully with her. I fully agree. Just do your best. But it's supposed to be fun. It's supposed to be a little competition between friends,
Yeah.
whatever. But your preseason draft rankings should not mean anything. I fully agree.
Okay. Kevin, fresh, fine, or fried?
Absolutely fresh. Take it from someone who was drafted last and second to last in their last two fantasy leagues of the past couple of years. I had a draft grade when I drafted. I think it was like a D or something, and I still ended up going to the championship game. Now, albeit losing both of them, but I still made it there. It really just depends on like how good are you on the waiver wire. You do have to take injuries and matchups and the days of the matchups and the times to really win this. Because 2 years ago, I picked Rashee Rice, and he got hurt like week 3 or 4. I mean, that injuries can pile up and happen. It happened to me last year. I lost both of my star running backs. It was James Conner and Jerome Ford. I lost both of them, and I lost. So having a good draft is okay, but the draft grades don't really matter in the sense like what Lily's talking about, because it's based on ESP on the certain fantasy apps numbers. So like absolutely fresh.
Okay, John, fresh, fine, or fried?
Definitely fresh. In a world where university professors are using Chat GPT and students are not allowed to, I like the anti-AI take.
Love it. Jake, fresh, fine, or fried?
This is fresher than freshly grown produce at your local garden, because I cannot count the amount of times I've been given like a B draft grade, an A draft grade, only to win 3 fantasy games the entire year or less. It is so frustrating because it is entirely just based on name value. Like from the previous year, it doesn't account for if a player gets benched, if there's a bunch of injuries. It very rarely accounts in fantasy football. Is your quarterback behind a good O-line, or did the O-line suddenly take a step back? It can't rate which rookies are going to absolutely explode and which ones are going to be absolute busts. It can't do any of that stuff, so any of these grades are, pretty useless, if you ask me.
Okay. Alec, fresh, fine, or fried?
I've been in between being fresh and fine for the most part, but though for most of you, I can agree with most of your points on going fresh. Though on the part where I'm fine with, this is the part where you have to hit early in your draft, and then with the draft picks that you receive, seasons you can't predict any of them. Like you can't predict if those star players are going to absolutely hit or if they're absolutely going to go down a spiral, because injuries can happen at some points. But there are some players that you cannot pass up on,
right?
Whether it be early in the draft or if this player has been passed on so many times that they at one point you'd be better off with that player than in comparison to some of the other players that are on the board. Then you take the chance on that player that's been passed on so many times. That could matter in a league. So in terms of drafting, the strategy can matter along with the waiver claims and even trading players, though I'm a mix of both. Yes, I agree with if the trades and the waiver claims and free agency pickups, but overall, I think it's a fine take. And I know I'm the only one that says fine on this, because there are players in the draft you can absolutely not pass up on. If you see Justin Jefferson available in the draft and nobody's taken him yet, get him immediately.
Yeah.
You cannot pass up on him. Take that for example.
Yeah.
Can I say fresh to his addition?
Okay. I'm gonna say fresh on your take, Lily, and the reason why is because I'm projected to be finishing last in the league. But you know what? But anyways, like, I'm saying fresh because just because you have a low draft grade doesn't mean that you're going to finish last, because you have to take into account the waiver wire. You have to take into account injuries. You have to take into account, managing your roster and, making the right decisions. You have to take into account that maybe some people could take a step back. So I feel like as a whole, it's a managing process. It's more of a managing game than a roster game and hoping that things get lucky. Now, luck can play a factor in this, but I also believe that you also have to put the work in yourself and also manage properly. So that's why I'm saying fresh. Okay.
One more thing, Matt. If you get an A- in your draft grade and everybody else is getting C's, you're drafting with like 11 other Jake Coggers.
Whoa!
Hey,
Oh!
hey,
Technical foul.
Whoa!
What is this string?
Time out!
Time
out!
Hold up. I'll see you in week whatever we play, all right?
Oh!
Whoa!
I'll see you then.
Is that a dare?
I'll see you then.
Okay. Speaking of Jake Hogger, he's on next for Fresh Founder Fried. Okay. So, Jake, you have 2.5 minutes. Are you ready?
Yes, sir.
Go.
So, if you know me, you know I like the looks of sports, the logos, the uniforms, all of that stuff. Sometimes I think I like it more than the actual sports, which is a lie, but sometimes it happens. And so the NFL recently came out with 8 teams unveiling new uniforms. It was just the other day. They call them rivalries uniforms. And my goodness, am I ever underwhelmed by these things because they are so unnecessary and are just a waste of time and space just to sell more jerseys. So basically, the story behind all of these is similar to that of the MLB's City Connect or the NBA City Edition. Create a uniform that very loosely looks like your team's, and you'll wear it for special occasions. The NFL did it better than the NBA and MLB, but that is a bar that is literally on the floor. Because for the most part, these teams are just throwing in new colors for no reason. These teams are throwing up patterns on their jerseys that look really random and ugly. It's like if you took Oregon and had Oregon uniforms for all the teams in the league. Now, it's only for 2 divisions right now, and I believe they're rotating which divisions are getting these rivalry uniforms. But I'm going to tell you right now, I am not looking forward to when the Lions have theirs unveiled. Because these are just simply overdone, overdesigned, and just plain ugly uniforms. Now, when you look at the actual rivalry uniforms, none of them are that bad.
1 minute remaining.
Okay. I don't look at any of these ones this year and think, wow, those are so ugly. I just think, wow, these are so unnecessary. And, if you look at the rivalry uniforms, if your team has a rivalry uniform, you're not going to think, wow, this is as bad as that Giants throwback. We're also going to think, wow, I really hope they don't wear this more than one game. That's all I have to say.
Okay. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Ritos, Fresh Founder Fried.
I guess I got to kind of do what Alec did and go a little bit between fine, but a little bit between fried. From what I've seen from the jerseys that they've released, I mean, I'm a Jets fan, so my team has one. And I'm not necessarily a fan of my own team's new jersey, but I like some of the other ones. And so I guess part of my issue is if it's just to sell new jerseys, then you're doing it right because people are going to buy it. But if you're doing it for any, why are we calling them rivalry jerseys? I guess would be my question. Because there's nothing rivalry about the jersey that I saw for the Jets. There's nothing rivalry about the one I saw for the Bills. I believe there was one more I had on the top of my head. I just lost it. But there's nothing really rivalry about them. I'm not sure why we're calling them that. A lot of them have this icy frost, snow, whatever thing. I mean, they're fine, but if the intention is to just sell jerseys, then you're doing it right because people are going to buy them. I mean, I get the unnecessary part. They are probably unnecessary, but I don't hate any of them. Just like I don't hate any of the MLB City Connects. I don't hate any of the NBA City Connects. I'm a Brooklyn Nets fan. I actually thoroughly enjoy our alternate uniform a little bit because it's just different. It's nice to see that fresh take a little bit. So for me, I'm kind of borderline between it's fine, but also maybe it's kind of crazy a little bit.
Okay. Lily, Fresh Founder Fried.
I'm also on I'd say just between fine and fried. And I think my first point I want to point out is that I think City Connect and the like sorry, I already forget the name of the NBA ones. You just said it. I think those both do a way better job of. I don't think these NFL rivalries are anywhere close to what the NBA or MLB has done with them, but I also think that they have an upper hand because those jerseys are a lot more fun. They gave them more of a chance to experiment and do something different. And obviously it is because you have more games to introduce these jerseys into and have them wear where the NFL season is a lot shorter. So when you do these, it's a little bit more of a risk. So my thing with the rivalry jerseys, I think they don't take enough of a risk. I think they're playing it really, really, really safe by making sure there's at least hints of the colors of your team or similar value, like similar color schemes to the team already within all of them. I actually really like the Buffalo Bills jerseys. I think the Seahawks are fun. The Cardinals ones look like somebody said it looked like a tortilla, and then now I've never been able to see it the same way since. But the 49ers, I think, is too safe. Oh, God. But I think the 49ers, theirs is too safe. And so I just think that it is obviously, I think you're fine with the whole point of, selling more jerseys, but I don't think they're necessarily anything better. I don't think the colors are random. I think they're super deliberate and already within the existing color schemes. I do think it is ridiculous that they have rivalries, and this first release of it isn't including Packers and Bears being the oldest rivalry in the NFL. I think that's a miss.
Right.
And that's like one of my first thoughts. And obviously they're just calling it rivalries because it's a fun way to introduce it and make it feel cool and fresh and give it its own identity. But I agree with some points, but there's some that I just am not with you on. So that's where I'm going to go that half and half between fine and fried.
So
Okay, Kev, we gotta go quick. Fresh, fine, or fried?
Yeah, I'm the same with Ritos and Lily here. Again, I'm between fine and fried. Like, I get where Jake is coming from with like just trying to sell jerseys and all that stuff, and like the color schemes. It's really safe and all that. And sometimes some of them look good, some of them don't. Like, I really like that the Frost jerseys, like for the Bills. I think the Dolphins one looks pretty nice too. So I don't really have a problem with some of them, but also like I get where Jake is coming from with all that. So I'll say borderline again between fine and fried too.
Okay, John, fresh, fine, or fried?
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I like the idea, the concept behind it, because you have rivalries playing each other wearing alternative uniforms during prime time. I absolutely hate the Seattle, Oregon Jets uniforms. They suck. So I think it's ridiculous. That having said that, I'm definitely going to go out and get a Jackson Smith and Jigba jersey. But I like the take. It's not fresh because these uniforms, they're only going to be worn once out of the season, and they're making a big deal out of it. They're hyping it up right before the beginning of the season, and I think it's going to fall flat on its face.
Okay, Alec, fresh, fine, or fried?
Yeah, it's just fine. There's nothing too flashy about these jerseys, but that doesn't mean that there are not going to be people that are wanting to buy these jerseys. I mean, who does not want to buy a jersey of Josh Allen or Jackson Smith-Njigba or Christy McCaffrey for that matter? But these jerseys, there's nothing really special about them, but I do like how they have the Frost edition for the Buffalo Bills and the New England Patriots. They got a stealth mode for the LA Rams, the Miami Dolphins. Though some of these jerseys really don't really look out of place. Like, I have no problem with the Rams jersey, but even for the stealth mode with the Dolphins, that feels out of place because Miami isn't really known as a stealth mode type of subject. The 49ers are a mixed bag because I like how they're stylizing it to pay homage to the Gold Rush, but a black jersey, why? Couldn't it be something different? If we're prioritizing rivalries, why not just have throwback jerseys for that matter? Why not just have that? If you're wanting to get a rivalry with the San Francisco 49ers and the Seattle Seahawks, why not just go throwback jerseys for such a case? The Cardinals jersey, ouch, that's rough. And the Seahawks jersey, somehow even worse than that. But still, there are going to be people that are wanting to buy those jerseys. But still, it's a mixed bag between these jerseys. Is the concept nice? Yes. Or did they hit on these jerseys? Well, it's half and half, and it depends on who you ask. But overall, it's a mixed bag.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a fine take. I think that a lot of people who make these type of jerseys, they want to have very much put their creative efforts into things. Like I've seen like throwback jerseys. Like, we all love throwback jerseys, but then there's also like back in the day, like even though the Buccaneer creamsicle jerseys, like those were terrible back in the day, but they're nostalgic to us now. But like when people try to put their creative spin on things, it's nice. You want to do that. But at the same time, I look at these NFL rivalry jerseys, like, what's the point of a rivalry jersey? Why are we even calling it a rivalry jersey? Like, if you're just going to do something like that, like, just go throwbacks. Or you could do what the Giants did when they're celebrating their 100th anniversary and go with the blue and red, whatever the heck it is that they're trying to do for their centennial season. No, it stunk. It stunk.
It was garbage.
That looked more like the Montreal Canadiens jerseys.
It really does. It really does. But I love the way Jake explains it. I think it's very, very well put. I think the take is fine. The execution could have been better, but the rivalry jerseys are just I don't really get them. Honestly, you should do like some special edition jersey in that case if you're gonna recognize rivalries. But it's weird. It really is. So one thing I want to quickly get into before we actually go into our second DAS thing for the episode. Lee Corso had his final episode on College Game Day earlier today. It was a very emotional scene. It started off with everyone on the College Game Day panel dressed up as Lee Corso. It was a very emotional and very driven, and the fans were loving it too. Lee Corso was emotional as always, and I gotta say one thing about Lee Corso. He is an inspiration to anyone who wants to get in this business. And you want to know why? Because he's retiring today at the age of 90. At 90 years old, you're sitting down watching TV, hoping that you can get by eating ice cream. To me, Lee Corso, it just epitomizes everything that you want as a sports personality and that you want as a host of a sports program. And I think Lee Corso is going to be very much missed. And it's funny because his first headgear pick was Ohio State, and his last headgear pick was Ohio State. And it was so appropriate. And you know what? College fans, college is a different vibe because college, the fans are pumped up, they're excited, their whole rah-rah mentality. I love that stuff. And Lee Corso fit that so perfectly. And I doubt that Pat McAfee's going to fill in his shoes. I doubt that anyone on College Game Day is going to fill in his shoes because to me, there's only one Lee Corso, and no one's going to replace him or even improve on the way he did things. And that is just my little sentiment for the day. We have like 2.5 minutes left before we actually have to end the show. Before we actually sign off officially, I want to get back into our now second sponsor, DAS Technology Consulting. So for those of you who don't know, DAS Technology Consulting is a company that specializes in your IT infrastructure needs, as mentioned before. And to know who DAS Technology is and what their mission is and who they partner with, take a listen.
Our mission is to deliver high quality, scalable, and secure data center services that ensure seamless operations for clients across various industries, offering best-in-class data center services all under one roof.
Again, thank you so much to DAS Technology Consulting for sponsoring this here show, and we can't wait to integrate more stuff from MyCamp Solutions / Octagon Payments in the future. So, that will wrap everything up for today's episode. This has been an awesome show. We had a live draft. We had a big sports talk about Micah Parsons. We roasted Jerry Jones for a good bit. And as far as Fresh Finder Fried, I know Matt Ritos wanted to get a Fresh Finder Fried in. Next time you come on, you will get a Fresh Finder Fried, no doubt about it. But anyways, from Matt Ritos, Luke Schumacher, Kevin Douglas host, John Welch, Jake Hogger, Alec Nava, I am Matt. James Sirianni. God bless you all. Thanks so much for tuning in to today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. And like SpongeBob SquarePants always said, all old people are the greatest. They're full of wisdom and experience. I love it so much. And this has been Four Square Sports, which is sports at sport. Take care, everybody. Good night.
Hi, everybody. Christopher Mad Dog Russo here. And you know what I do? Four Square Sports on Sunday nights, 6 to 8, with all those parts of the country taken care of. Listen all the time. You got it. Mad Dog on Mad Dog Unleashed. Listen to my guys. Listen to my guys.